If you're like me, you are sick of seeing everyone else have amazing Lego cities and loads of, massive Lego collections and knowing that you are completely priced out of that. And even if you're not, you might be frustrated, especially with the modular line, that Lego release one modular a year, and that's normally it. Something else I know that annoys a lot of adult fans of Lego is that Lego never really tackles any of the more mature themes as well. But today I have a solution to all of these complaints. This is Pantasy's Craft Brewery. You might know Pantasy or come in a name that is talked about quite a lot on this channel. And why is that? It's because they keep releasing consistently amazing modular sets. This year already we've had the Opera House, the Motorcycle Restaurant, this craft brewery, and there will be even more. That's all in one year. And another elephant in the room is that this is a craft brewery. This is very heavily about beer and, drinking alcohol. You would never find anything like this in a Lego set, let alone a set completely based off it. It just shows these other companies will really go into places Lego will not and cannot and continue to make amazing sets. Today I'll be showing you why this was worth your money and worth adding to your collection. Let's take a closer look at what we get included. First of all, let's take a look at this amazing box. You can see the box art is really incredible. We can see really clearly what this set is and some of the nicer details around it, as well as the moving mechanisms, which we'll get a little bit into in a minute. But yeah, you can just see like all the design is really, really nice. Carries on, shows what the set includes. Top of the box shows more of the minifigures that we have included in this set, which I really do like. On the side, we can see some of the measurements of the set, as well as more Pantasy branding. And on the back, we get even more details showing the back can open up and just what is going on generally around the set. A very, very impressive box for a pretty impressive build. And to actually build the set, we get two instruction manuals. They're both really nicely printed, and you can see the colors are all very nice. Very easy to read off as well, and there's no details or anything like that that are too hard to read here. Everything looks really, really good in both of the instruction manuals, and it just shows everything's really easy. I love that adults welcome part as well at the start, just showing that they're very inclusive and willing to go that extra step for adult fans who are looking for more mature themes like alcohol, in their sets, and something more realistic, maybe for their Lego cities, like maybe something that I am looking at too. And here are the three minifigures we get in this set. These are all Pantasy's own minifigures, something they've recently introduced, and I really like them. I love the printing on them. You can see how heavily they are influenced from the set. They're not generic minifigures at all. They all have a purpose, and I think they fit really, really well. And something I like about them as well is they do come, I'll show it in a minute, but they come with alternate legs to have them sat down as well, to just being able to include any extra detail in each minifigure. You can see them in here, as well as Pantasy's branding for all of their bags. You can just see how seriously, obviously, they take all their design, which I absolutely love. But you can see these different sitting down legs, which I really like, as well as some plates, and the Pantasy brick separator, which is really nice and unique. We also get these spare pieces as well, which are really cool to see. Now, I did have some help on this set, so let's roll the time lapse of it being made so you can see some of the finer details and how everything looked inside. Pretty cool, right? Let's take a look at the finished product now. I know that's what everyone is here for, the final build. I think it looks amazing. Let's take a look. And here it is, the Craft Brewery. First of all, I just want to make note, what an amazing set. But taking a closer look, we can see all the printed parts that Pantasy include. There are no stickers here, everything is all printed, which is lovely. But what I think I like even more than the prints is these big plastic pieces you can see here to advertise the set, which are literally all plastic and all specially designed and printed. I love that. I think it's absolutely an incredible touch. I've never really seen anything like it before in a set. But yeah, doesn't this look so good? I think in a modular street, it will really stand out. A really, really nice set. Very simple, but also very to the point. We've got a beer testing station right at the front for some minifigures to sit down, and obviously some bar staff to be on the inside. And we can see a drink being dispensed right there. Really, really cool stuff. So obviously some seats here and just some more general pieces dotted about. You can see these barrels at the front, which are really nice, as well as these cans on a conveyor belt at the top. I'll get into that a little bit further in a minute. We've got this big beer bottle that is drenched along the side of the building, which I think is a really, really nice touch. And as well as the flag and everything with this kind of towery bit at the front, I really like this beer little signal hanging out. These are probably my favourite parts though. This silver is really, really nice, showing off that it is Pantasy. The set number is in small there, which I like, and the beer kind of containers for them to be dispensed out of and being held, as well as this tank up at the top, which just adds even more to the set. We get a big window there, which goes to some of the interior work of the build, which I do really like. But the brickwork looks amazing. We get that ladder at the back. These sides actually do open up. Now, that is kind of our only way to see the inside of the set, since this one, the floors do not come apart as nicely. But you can just see how much inside detail there is. We've got some kind of sitting area there with even loads of printed things from each floor. The stairs go up to each layer. Again, more working space there, which is really nice. And then on the bottom floor, it's more of a general floor where we have like a furnace where everything's cooking up, which I do really like. We also get this bit of a window here, which you can open up. It's a bit more fiddly. I'm going to push it from the inside. And you can see once again, so that can open up. And you have some minifigures going around the back there as well, maybe getting a secret delivery, which I really like. But let's take a look at maybe the coolest thing about this set. It's the mechanism. You might have noticed this on the side, but when we pull this, it actually moves these barrels, which is really, really cool. It looks great. I think it's a really nice touch. It also moves these cogs in the front and this conveyor belt where we can see drinks going back and forth, getting ready to be delivered, which I think is a really nice touch. We also occasionally get these bottles being spun. There you can see that a bit more, which I think is nice. And they're all on like kind of different timers, which is a really, really cool thing. I think a craft brewery is perfect for my city because I have a Lego Moe's from the Simpsons mark, and I also have like the jazz club, a music club. We have the opera house. We have lots of places that will be selling alcohol. So it's really nice to have somewhere where that is all coming from. And now we have that. And I think it'd be perfect to get maybe even a Homer Simpson sat here trying out the beer. I think it'd be a really nice touch. Maybe some alcoholics. I've had too much in our Lego Las Vegas. My one major negative on the set would be if I actually bring this to the side, just off the table, you can kind of see it's a very awkward base plate that it's built on. Basically, it is the size of one normal plate, but you cannot build onto it, so you can't build underneath it. Like for me, I obviously build everything on Mills plates. So that has meant that I cannot Mills plate this properly now, which is very annoying to me, but it's also not the height of a normal base plate. So if you wasn't Mills plating, this would be a little bit higher than the rest of your buildings. Now, obviously that is a very, very minor touch, but something, yeah, I know Pantasy do often use these base plates, which are not my favorite. And I wish I kind of spotted that flaw earlier so I could build it fully on a Mills plate ready to go. But I just love that sign and I love the color scheme of this set. The printed parts really do bring it together really, really nicely. And I think this just works. You know, some sets, they just work. Looking at it, it's a really, really nice build. I'm not so sure why that's so blurry though. There we go, back into frame. Everything about this, from the minifigures to the box to the set itself, is all perfect. So all these reasons has led me to give this one Ballistic Bricks approved. A really, really special one. And Pantasy are definitely a really, really special company. What they're doing right now is amazing. And the fact that they are releasing so many modulars back to back to back is great for city builders like myself and people who are looking to keep adding to their cities. Legos one a year just isn't enough. I know sometimes we get a Marvel or DC modular like we've seen this year, but they really don't build up a city quick enough for people with ambition. And these are so affordable as well, almost half the price of what Lego are putting out, and it just makes it so much more realistic as well. You can buy two of these sets for normally the price of a Lego one, which really makes you think, because you know are Lego really charging you what their sets are worth, or are they overpricing because they know that you're going to buy it? That's what I always think. And Pantasy are doing incredible things, incredible designing, incredible builds, just an incredible company. If you guys are interested in grabbing one of these for yourselves, all the necessary links will be in the description, as well as a discount code that Pantasy have very generously supplied. I want to say thank you so much to Pantasy for sending this one over to review. Truly incredible with the build and just a great company. I've been working with them for over a year now and I've never been disappointed. They've sent some amazing stuff, and even stuff that I don't get the chance to build, they really do make some amazing stuff, especially coming up. So keep your eyes out for that. But guys, thank you so much for all the support recently. I've always really generous to see everyone's comments and everything like that. Any suggestions that you guys have are always amazing to see. But I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much. Bye.